I'm actually here to correct a myth that I hear all too often. From stand up comedians to psychiatrists, many of them like to claim that men have the ability to think about nothing. It's not true. I hear that men's brains comprise of little boxes, and we have a nothing box that we like to open, and we have the ability to think about absolutely nothing. Despite what people might tell you, men do not have a nothing box in our brains, whereas we can think about absolutely nothing. It's just not true. We do, however, have a not worth sharing box. Now I'm going to give you an actual example of a thought process that I had while here at church. Are you ready for this? It's kind of weird how the curtains behind the stage kind of ruffle like that. We used to have a couch that had a piece of cloth that actually went around the bottom of it that kind of ruffled like that too. Actually, come to think of it, this whole room kind of looks like we're sitting underneath a couch. We could be one of the cat's old toys that got tossed underneath the couch and forgotten about. Now, if I was a cat's toy, I wonder how huge that cat would have to be. I wonder if it could even fit in this room. I wonder how many regular cats could fit in this room. How would you even measure that? I mean, how would you get them in here? I mean, I guess the first layer of cats you can actually just put through the front door, but how would you get the ones on top of that? I guess you could drop the cats through the ventilation system up there. But if we started filling up this room with cats, the weight of all of them would probably push the doors open. I wonder what I can use to keep the doors from opening. Hey, honey, what are you thinking about? Nothing. Now, within our not worth sharing box, we also have a James Bond superhero box. We as men like to daydream about saving the day and being a hero. I believe that we all do it. Like I can be driving along and see a car in front of me swerve just a little. Now it doesn't have to be anything substantial, just even a little swerve. But from that point on, I start mentally preparing myself for what might happen next. In my mind, I start playing out the scenario step by step of exactly how I am about to save the day. The car in front of me swerves off the road to the right. They catch themselves right before going into the ditch, but they overcompensate their correction, causing them to fly into the left side of the road, directly into oncoming traffic. The car coming from the other direction sees the car entering their lane, causing them to swerve into my lane. Because of my razor-sharp reflexes, I instinctually know to cut the wheel to the left, barely missing the oncoming car. With nowhere else to go, I drive up the embankment, missing a couple of trees. I managed to stay in control and then maneuver back to the road. Now I noticed that the car that was originally in front of me was not so lucky. They've actually hit a tree. So I cut my wheel and pulled the emergency brake to do a 180-degree James Bond power slide. Now I pulled my car over and run over to the car, only to find that the driver's passed out. But thankfully I see a tire iron. Now I can use this tire iron to open the door. Hey honey, what are you thinking about? Um, Nothing.